Meet the Hollinger sisters. There's Lyndi, who's 8, Jocelyn's 5, and Kayla is 3. The social butterflies are Gy and Tressa Hollinger's kids. They used to live in Grant on Guy's 3-generation family farm. In 2015, they moved to Tressa's family homestead in Sparta, putting them 20 minutes closer to Grand Rapids. It may not seem like much, but it was an important move, for they're that much closer to Helen DeVos Children's Hospital, where they've spent a lot of time since Lyndi was not yet 2.
Things started going a little crazy right before she turned 2. She was showing swelling signs, and I just thought it was allergies. It was that time of year where she was going to childcare had a farm, had horses, and she was out in the barn a lot. So I just threw it off to allergies. You know, her eyes are puffy. The thing that really gave it off was the fact that, and parents will relate to this, she was going on 2, but not wearing 2T clothing. She was more wearing size 4, size 5, size 6, and very fast moving up in those sizes there. So it really came to scariness, I guess, or when we really started doing something is when her belly started protruding a lot bigger.
Blood work and a urine sample done that day showed there to be a problem. That day, Lyndi doubled in size. She couldn't walk or open her eyes, for she was retaining fluid. That night was just the first at DeVos Children's Hospital. The diagnosis was minimal change disease, causing damage to tiny blood vessels inside the nephron, where blood is filtered to make urine and waste is removed. With the cause unknown, Lyndi was treated with corticosteroids, which made her swell.
The looks we got when she was on steroids were just unbelievable. Like, can't you control what your child eats? People don't understand the side effects of steroids. If you've never been on them, or if you never had someone around close that you love on them, you don't understand what they're going through. And I don't understand. I couldn't help her deal with the feelings that she had. So we were very grateful for the close family that we had, between his mom always helping us and my parents. Unfortunately, my parents didn't get to play grandparents a lot. They, with the job that we both had, I only had limited time off. So a lot of times they were taking her to doctor's appointments, and a lot of times they had to admit her and sit there and hold her down while she got her IV, and until one of us could get there to, you know, handle things. So it is tough parenting a sick child. It brings you closer, but it also brings you apart too, because there's only so much you can handle and you can throw on each other before you become to the breaking part. And we're just lucky that we had a great family, great friends, and God. I mean, really, faith, you had to have faith, because I think that's the first thing our doctors even said to us too was, I hope you're a praying family, because that's what's going to get you through this. And that really was. It's a lot of on your knees waving the white flag, a lot of times telling God just to stop the pain, just let her be a child for a while. And sometimes that was his answer, and sometimes it wasn't. We just had to be strong and get through it.
Scarring of her kidneys progressed over the next 2 years, resulting in FSGS, focal segmental glomerulosclerosis. With their kidneys no longer functioning, both were removed in 2015. Since then, Lyndi leads a fairly normal life by day. It's her nighttime routine that has her confined to her bedroom, hooked up to a dialysis machine through a port in her belly, drawing toxins from her blood through her blood vessel walls.
She's now hooked up to that for 10 hours a day. Fortunately, she's able to do it at night while she's sleeping. It's still a commitment, something that we're tied to every night, and it's challenging, and there's risk of infections and all that every time you access everything. So it's not something we want anybody and everybody to do. So it's a lot of time that Tress and I are spent, dealing with this, it's part of being a parent. So we understand that, but it's also tough at the same time. So, and it's tough on Lyndi. I mean, she doesn't get to do her sleepovers and the normal girl things that a kid wants to do.
I sometimes don't like doing the dialysis, but if it keeps me healthy, I like doing it. But if it keeps me alive until I get a kidney, I'll deal with it.
Besides the fact that much of Lyndy's room is filled by a dialysis machine and endless boxes of solution, it still feels like her space. From everything ballerinas, her books, and a calendar of her favorite country music stars, it's all very much Lyndy. But the one thing missing in her life that she wishes and prays for is a kidney.
She was active on the live donor list starting in February. And because she's a child, she's always bumped up to the top. She is blood type O, so that's what we're looking for, is a blood type O. But there's also other requirements. You have to be healthy, a proper BMI level, which is body mass index. You can't have diabetes or cancer. And then right now, I think where all the stops are happening is the blood cross. She's got high antibodies, so her blood doesn't mingle well with other blood, is basically what it comes down to.
If anybody is interested donating a kidney, please do.
For more information on being considered a kidney donor for Lyndy, the benefits and risks, and the factors that may or always exclude you from donating, visit HelenDeVosChildrens.org/forthekidneydonor.